What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back with another video. Today we're going to take a look at the newly announced Black Panther figure from Hot Toys. Let's check it out. That's right, guys, we're back. Another video. Hope you guys are excited for this one because I know, well, to be quite honest with you, a lot of people are. This is a figure which I think a lot of people thought would eventually happen. And in fact, I think Hot Toys actually last year said that it would happen at some point, but they were clearly spending some time and effort and just putting some love into this figure. And now we've actually got it here. The new Black Panther figure, the original suit, which is original, but also updated. And it's going to be pretty cool. I think a lot of you guys out there who missed out on the Civil War version or the Black Panther movie version are going to be super excited for this one. And I also predict that if you own those figures, you're also going to end up buying this one anyways, and you'll have a whole bunch of Black Panther figures. But this one looks pretty freaking cool. Now, I do have some photos here from Secret Base. It's on display right there, and my friends over at Pop Collectibles were able to go there, get some photos. We're going to take a look at those, and I think you're going to be pleased with the photos as well. So let's check them out right here. First up, we've got this head sculpt, and we're going to take a look at quite a few photos of the head sculpt because I think it's actually worth sharing. And it looks quite fantastic. In fact, I'm going to zoom in on this thing, and the expression is fantastic. Now again, this is going to be the prototype version. This is the hand painted version, and I think some people were complaining a little bit about the previous version of the differences between the prototype version they showed us and then like the softening that happens through the manufacturing process and paint applications, that kind of stuff. So if we get anything close to this, I think we'll be pretty pleased with this. The expression I think is fantastic. I mean, the paint applications are beautiful. I would be super pleased to have this in the collection to go along with it. And I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, if this was displayed or had some Photoshoppery going on there, you might mistake this for an actual person. Honestly, it's quite good. So my hat's off to Hot Toys for knocking this thing out. But there's one angle of it. We got multiple angles. We'll be taking a look at this thing. Here it is from straight on. Again, just an absolute beast of a head sculpt. And I mean, the expression, the eyes, the paint, it's just great. It really is. So I'm pretty pleased with this one. And for the questions out there, I will be adding this to the collection. I do not have a Black Panther figure. I was going to pick one up, and then of course Chadwick passed away, and then the market does what the market does, and the prices went crazy, and resellers were just marking the hell out of them things. That kind of, I just passed, and I figured eventually they would give me another one. Here it is. I had to wait a little bit, but that's okay. Another angle of the head sculpt, and again, they have him on display with the mask on, so this is kind of this separate way to display this thing. It looks pretty stinking good. I really can't see a bad angle on this head sculpt. I really can't. It's quite good. It's quite good. I mean, just look at it from every angle. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section, but I think from every angle, it looks pretty much like Chadwick Boseman. And I'm pretty pleased at how they turned out. So we are going to get some extra accessories that we have not seen previously. We've got a warrior mask here, which is pretty cool accessories we've got going on. We haven't seen that with other figures, so it was nice to be able to see that and go back to the very first suit. Again, this is the first suit he saw, like when he actually became Black Panther. And that's what we're looking at here. Pretty cool mask going on here. And you can see like on the back, it's got like some rubbery vinyl, whatever material is back there for like a backing. And it's actually pretty stinking cool. So the paint applications on that one, I think are just fine. I think the star of the show is definitely the head sculpt. But there are some other accessories here that I think are pretty cool too. So one of the things, and we'll look at it towards the end, is they actually changed the entire body. So this has a different muscle suit's what they're calling it. So a different sculpt for the actual body. So if you look at this one, and there's a photo of this compared with the previous versions, you'll see the difference in it. So they've definitely taken a lot of time to get in there. And there's also different detailing in the vibranium weave, I think is what they called it, on the actual suit. But here he is. He's got his spear sword thing going on here, and then a shield, and it looks quite good, honestly. Look at this thing. Look at the detail and texture on this guy. it's pretty stinking good. So I dig this. I like the paint. It just looks good. And I think these accessories honestly should have been included in the previous releases, but they weren't. And so finally here they are. And I think a lot of people would be displaying their Black Panther with this look. So here's a look at the updated vibranium weave. It's definitely different than the previous versions. It looks like it's more updated. There's definitely more detail going on. And I think, honestly, if you missed out on the previous versions, I think it was worth the wait to be able to pick this one up, because I think they just went all out on this figure. Here's a little photo, if we can zoom in on the head sculpt, the mask. It's got those silver painted eyes. I dig that. I love the actual extra silver paint they added to this one, which we didn't see on the previous versions as well. So there's different paint application touches and upgrades that they made on this figure versus the previous releases. So I don't know how I would display. I'm kind of partial to the warrior mask. So maybe I'll get 2 of these and have one with the warrior mask and then one with the head sculpt. Or, yeah, I don't know. The head sculpt is too good to leave in the box, I feel like. Yeah, it might require 2. I think I've seen some people already bought 2 or bought 3 or however many you're going to buy. Yeah, I don't know. But here it is on display. It doesn't have a whole lot of accessories, honestly, but I think it comes with what you need. But here it is on display, and we'll kind of zoom in on one of these things so you can see. And there's photos of here of the actual different accessories as well. But the pose is pretty good. I've seen better poses from Hot Toys. I've seen better, but this is pretty good. And I dig it. So we're gonna get a normal crotch grabber style stand and a basic just Black Panther placard on there as well. Let's go ahead and zoom in here, the hands. And again, these are pretty much the same hands we saw in the previous releases. We got the claws out hand, we got claws in, we got the normal fist, and then obviously we've got some hands to hold the sword and the shield. So other updates they made is they actually changed the body, because now we've got this toe articulation that we typically have with Spider-Man figures that we did not have previously with this one. So we're gonna have some extra range of motion in the feet section for posing purposes. I really like that. I think that's a cool touch. Got some silver toes, if you will. I mean, just all around this thing looks good, man. All right, here's another photo of this head sculpt. Look at the detail they've taken with this mask. It's got like all the details in here from the vibranium, the Wakandan markings. Man, that's so good. It's so good, so good. Let's go through some of these. Here's our sword spear we've got going on here. I mean, look at this thing. We got gold paint going around. We got silver paint. We got black washing going on. We got, this is a molded piece here. Got some weathering going on down here towards the hilt. I mean, it's just all kinds of good stuff. Now, don't think these are die-cast pieces, by the way. I think they're just gonna be plastic. I would be very shocked. They're not listed as die-cast, I'll put it that way. This warrior mask is probably the one I would use. Like I said, I'd probably use the warrior mask and then also use the head sculpt on maybe 2 different things or something. The warrior mask goes on top of the head sculpt. So, you know, I don't generally like when they do that, because you have the increased chance of like paint rub and that kind of thing. So I would imagine this is going to be made of like a very soft rubbery material, but time will tell. We'll find out soon enough. We got a Black Panther display base, very basic. That's not a big deal. Yeah, I like this. So here we go. The original suit. These are all the accessories going to come with, as you can see here. And here's a photo of it. And since they didn't have it displayed like this on Secret Base, I just want to kind of point this out, that this warrior mask goes on top of the head sculpt, okay? So I imagine it's going to be, again, like a soft vinyl, soft rubber kind of material that goes on top of there. But you got 3 different looks. I'm probably going to use, I'll probably use that one. I don't know, something about that one I like. It'll be cool to have an M'Baku figure to kind of go along with him and fight and, you know, whatever, display purposes. But I think there's the 3rd-party one out there, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I think there is. A couple different hands. And then this is what I wanted to, let me back up to the next picture. This is what I was talking about earlier with the different enhanced muscular body. So this is actually pretty interesting. I'd like to hear from you guys what your thoughts are on this. So the new one is on the left and the old one is on the right. And you can see he beefed up in the waist section, the shoulder section. I mean, it's totally different body, totally different. Now, I don't know how that's gonna impact range of motion because obviously there's a rubber muscular suit underneath the outer suit. But we've got Spider-Man figures that have stuff like this and they're posable. They don't really have too much issue. But larger shoulders, larger chest, different sculpting going on here. Definitely a wider trap. Wider traps up here at the top, kind of like Captain America. So I kind of dig that. It's more muscular. And he looked like he didn't skip leg day. So pretty cool stuff. And improved suit texture detail. And then they added the feet toe articulation at the bottom. So I think all of that is good stuff. So my thoughts to you guys, or my question to you guys is, will you be picking this up? How many are you picking up? And I just, what are your thoughts on the figure overall? I'm pretty stoked for it. I will definitely be picking this up. Probably gonna get two, although time will tell. We'll kind of figure that out when this thing actually releases. Price wise, it's under 300 bucks. It's a solid figure. And if you wanted one prior to this release, you were paying north of $500, $600, $700 for one, and you no longer have to do that, which tells me in the Hot Toys game, patience pays off. Even though it may be years, patience pays off. So I hope you guys like this. Let me know your thoughts on this figure in the comment section down below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And as always, guys, would you like? See you next time.